bokk na ci effet secondaire yooyu.
One of the side effects of earthly existence is that a human being, often without full awareness, suffers the curse that his own soul invokes upon him daily. This curse, emerging from the depths of his being, gradually pushes him away from his Lord. And when a person distances himself from his Lord, the signs of this estrangement manifest in his behavior. For instance, if he was once a devout Muslim, he begins neglecting prayer. If he was once careful to follow divine commandments, he gradually abandons them. If he was once drawn to light, it now discomforts him, feels burdensome, or even turns into a kind of poison. His natural inclination then pulls him toward darkness, toward worldly desires, until he completely loses his footing. Thus, he steps out of the realm of certainty and discernment into confusion. He can no longer distinguish between his obligations and what is not. What should have been the compass of his life, reality guiding him toward understanding his purpose and priorities, fades within him. He wanders in a state where he no longer knows what to seek or what to avoid. And when a person reaches this state of inner blindness, Iblis claims him. All this stems from the curse his own soul calls upon him. Indeed, this soul condemned to darkness by its own host ends up invoking his destruction. But a fundamental principle must be understood. This curse does not come immediately. The soul first grants a reprieve of 70 days. During this time, it prays for divine blessings, sends him signs, warnings, and opportunities to return to his Lord. However, if the person persists in his blindness and rejects the path of grace, his soul reserves its prayer against him. It stops pleading for his salvation and begins demanding his ruin. When this stage is reached, the situation worsens. Allah, in His relentless justice, delegates 7 angels from Halamoul Malakoot to assist the soul in its negative supplications. These angels, every day, amplify the soul's prayer, beseeching Allah to condemn the body hosting it. This is the true danger lurking for mankind. A person may believe he walks freely on earth, unaware that his soul has already issued a spiritual verdict against him, one it ceaselessly begs to be executed. But why does it come to this? Because the soul, having been patient, having implored Allah on behalf of its host for 70 days, finds only neglect and indifference in return. When a person refuses to heed the call of goodness, the soul turns against him and becomes his executioner. This reversal is reflected in his behavior. His heart clings to darkness. He develops a love for evil traits until he even worships them. He no longer feels drawn to light, and everything divine becomes oppressive to him. In this state of advanced corruption, Allah selects 7 angels from Halamoul Malakoot to aid the soul in its destructive invocations. Thus, every day, these angels join the soul in praying against him, asking Allah to condemn this being who failed to preserve his inner light. This is why, when Allah's elect teach you spiritual realities, know that there is always a justification in the unseen world, ghaib. You may hear the elect say that a person can be in a state of grace, where with every step he takes on earth, Allah mobilizes angels from Halamoul Malakoot to invoke mercy and praise upon him. But in the same way, a man can sink into darkness to the point where Allah chooses angels from the same realm to destroy him, answering prayers of curse against him. This is the spiritual law governing human destiny. Every day, a person can be blessed or cursed. Every day, 7 angels, along with his own soul, can intercede against him. Allah then begins to annihilate the mercy he had bestowed upon the person, which reached him daily through his soul. Indeed, Allah sends every individual on earth a special form of daily mercy. Some receive 100 forms of mercy each day, each with a unique impact and benefit. Others receive 70, 5, 10, and so on. This is a fragment of divine benevolence sourced from the light of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Thus, when these angels supporting the soul begin invoking curses upon the person, Allah starts canceling the lines of mercy destined for him. The tragedy in this process is that the erasure of these mercies does not come without further consequences. The moment the channels of divine compassion are cut off, they are instantly replaced by Allah's wrath, which then descends upon the person. For example, if Allah had decreed that 10 varieties of His mercy were delivered to a person daily, the moment these channels are severed, they transform into conducts of divine anger. This is where his downfall truly begins. At this stage, we also learn a crucial lesson. Just as the soul can implore Allah's mercy and blessings upon a person, it can also become a grave danger to the body hosting it. Once it begins praying for the person's condemnation, the guardians of hell are permitted to add his name to the list of those destined for the fire. Observe then this meticulous divine system. This mystically synchronized process, unfolding ceaselessly, unbeknownst to the heedless man on earth, a process with two facets, one favorable, the other destructive. This is why we must believe that all proceedings of the Day of Judgment are merely formalities, reflecting the life a person has already lived. Thus, a person may still be alive on earth, while his name is already inscribed in hell. This happens the moment his soul begins cursing him. His own soul invokes his damnation. In the same way, this same soul once prayed for Allah's grace and favor. The essential role of the soul is not limited to merely animating the body. It goes far beyond this primary function. Those who underestimate it believe the soul's only purpose is to sustain life. But if they knew its mystical work, they would realize that the soul alone can guide them to Allah's path, the path of righteousness. This is why all prophets warned their people that on Judgment Day, there will be no excuses, because the Lord has sent countless guides. A person's soul prays for him to walk towards Allah's pleasure and to remain steadfast in it. But if it instead begins invoking his condemnation, Allah assigns 7 angels from Halamoul Malakoot to assist in this supplication. At that very moment, the person's decline begins, manifesting in his heart, actions, and thoughts. The root of these consequences lies in the unseen. Yet, what fools their appearance is within him, his own soul. At this critical point, the soul begins communicating with the 7 angels through its rays, seeking to free itself from the body, imprisoning it. The danger intensifies for the person harboring such a soul.